So the case for case 1 is the North Sea Continental Shelf cases, which were a dispute between Germany and the Netherlands and Germany and Denmark. And basically it was a dispute over the delimitation of the continental shelf. Delimitation basically means drawing up the boundaries of the continental shelf that Germany, Denmark, and the Netherlands shared. The case was decided upon by the International Court of Justice in 1969. Basically, the summary of the case is that the Netherlands and Denmark were part of the Geneva Convention, and so they thought that this dispute should be settled with the equidistance principle of the Geneva Convention, which states that, quote, nations' maritime boundaries should conform to a median line equidistant from the adjacent states. And Germany wanted the continental shelf to be apportioned based on the size of the adjacent states, of the land of the states. And the justices delivered judgment by 11 votes to 6 votes, and basically they stated that because Germany was not part of the Geneva Convention, then it didn't have to, because Germany didn't ratify the Geneva Convention, then it didn't have to abide by any principles of the Geneva Convention. Especially because the equidistant principle was not deemed to be customary law. Rather, it was just a means to solve a problem that states didn't regularly abide by. It also rejected Germany's apportionment based on land size idea, because the court was not dealing with apportionment, but rather they were dealing with drawing up boundaries. This ruling was important because it established that the equidistance principle was not customary law, and therefore states didn't have to abide by it. The reason why it was not seen as customary law was because it didn't have the elements of customary law that the objective elements and the subjective elements that require something to be a customary law, meaning that the states didn't frequently abide by the equidistance rule, and they therefore didn't deem it mandatory. So even though the courts didn't deem the equidistance principle to be customary law, that did not affect the Geneva Convention's other principles. And also, the court did not really come to a proper solution, or not a proper solution, but a clear solution for the continental shelf issue. But they did think that the states should guide themselves through the equitable principles. And yeah, that was the North Continental shelf case of 1969.